The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll escape to his left. Got some room at the 30. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Red's up. Red's up. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to shoot.
Now Trubisky on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. Hey, 18. Right there. 54, right there.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Catch here, left side, Thomas. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Lock in. Everyone's got four down.
This is Howard on second down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now it's Trubisky. It's caught. Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down.
Lock in.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch tight end. We got four. Blue. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, 18. 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Let's go.
Our first update now comes from Atlanta. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
We got four.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Trubisky now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. Shifts by him, and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Lock in. We're go. Let's go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Get up.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, 18. Let's set a tone. Blue.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Bring the energy. Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Hey, we got 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Jahan, 180. 300.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Red's up. Watch 80. Up. 180.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He leads this one for Howard. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, 18. Red's up. Check Mike 54.
Now Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Handoff comes to Cook, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Julio Jones, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Bears are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Anthony coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On play action, Cousins. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Ringo. 2.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2nd down, Cousins fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Hey, 4 down. 180. Rhino. Let's get this ball back, put off. Wide. Kill.
Cousins now from the 50. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
18, 18.
After the interception, here's Trubisky throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following the sparkling display of footwork. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Let's go. Red, up. Check. 3 down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the left side, a catch by White. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Sit up. 180. Kill. Red, up. Check. Watch the 4. Blue.
Trubisky will throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Hey, we got 3
They go with Howard again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. A give to Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Lock in. Go. Kill. Turn it up. Move.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Wilson snags it left side. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Reds up! Mike 55! Hey, Reds up! Blue.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Reds up! Hey, 18. Right there, 54, right there. Reds up! Here we go! Hey, 18. Check Mike 54.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, flipper.
Cousins now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Nice pick, nice pick. Double tight, guys, double tight. We got three, fellas, we got three.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Trubisky now down around his goal line. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Reds up. Up. 180. We got four down. 54's Mike.
Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick six. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. Incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Trubisky to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Sit up! 180! Reds up! Reds up!
42's the mic. 42's the mic. Get long, baby.
Reds up!
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Throwing, Cousins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Wide. Where's the hot?
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Yellow, right in there. Yellow.
Out of his end zone, Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
18.
It's going to be a long...
Now Trubisky on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
Red, up.
Mike 57.
Blue.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Bears on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Looking downfield for Jones. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And out now come the Vikings. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Two.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. His throw incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Looking deep for Julio. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Cousins now on second down. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Ringo.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey.
300. Lino. Where's your hot? Lynch 50.
Check.
They run it again with Cook. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. AT's moving. AT's moving.
Blue.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 13 yards that time of the first.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
18.
I got one.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
He's back to throw. Thomas barreling ahead, and he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Gotta go.
Now it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Trubisky. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Red's up! Red's up! Blue! Red's up! Red's up!
Throwing now is Trubisky. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2.
I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Minnesota. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Rhino!
Check. Lucky.
Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
And his kick is good. From 52 yards away, he gets it to go. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.